Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Delana. I'm the face behind this channel, Ardently Delana, and welcome to your first video. I like to make things. I've been crocheting for about 15 years-ish and knitting for a little less than that. Recently, I've discovered that I really enjoy working with beads. So I started out making beaded pens back in November and sold like 300 of these pens actually just to friends and family. And then I decided I really wanted to make stretchy bracelets. I had seen some bracelets that Stitches by Patty here on YouTube had made, and I really wanted to learn how to make my own stretchy bracelets, more specifically how to tie the knot so that they don't come apart. So I went from pens to bracelets, and then a friend suggested that I make bag charms. So I started making beaded bag charms, and I absolutely love them. I wear one on my own purse. I have featured it in at least 2 videos in the past. I want to say that my Instagram account and Etsy shop started out as Purr Knits, purr as in a cat purr, P-U-R-R knits. I created that, I said over 10 years ago, but it was probably almost 15, and I haven't renamed the Instagram. I probably should simplify my socials, but I just am not sure how I want to go about it yet. So I have my Purr Knits Instagram account, which focuses on my yarn content. But then I opened this year, or I created Delana's Gift Studio on Instagram, and that can take in anything I make. So not just my yarn products, but that can take in my beaded bag charms, my pens, and my bracelets, anything. So I'm going to link both of those Instagram accounts for you in the information box, and the Etsy shop. The Etsy shop is Delana's Gift Studio. So, and my YouTube channel is Ardently Delana. I know it's very confusing. I'm really not sure how I want to go about simplifying it. So that's why I make sure in every video that I will link all of those things. But I feel like it requires some explanation. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, thank you for visiting my channel and for watching this video. If it's your first, I hope you'll stick around. If you like what you see, if this is your cup of tea, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you know each time I upload a video. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the content. Talk to you later. Toodles! Join me while I make bracelets. So I have my elastic right here, and I've got my scissors, my tweezers. I just kind of keep them in this bead container. There is a specific bracelet design that I want to make and show you guys, and we are going to use, I have this little, it's almost like a little dish you might put your tea bag in, but I have these ceramic elephants that I got at Hobby Lobby. And so I want to make a clay bracelet using the elephant. So I'm going to start by measuring out my elastic, and for adult, average size a wrist, wow, I can't even talk. Average size wrist measurement, because I double up my elastic, I'm going to measure out 25 inches, but I have about 7 inches worth of beads on the elastic. So I'm using my tape marks here, down here, and then I have one way up here for my washi, excuse me, not for my washi tape. That's what I used on the table, but for my elastic. That's how I measure. It was just easier to do a more permanent measuring system by putting washi tape on my desk. Measured out. So I'm gonna pick out, so I know I definitely want one elephant bead. Let me show you an example of what we're making. So I made this one and I absolutely love how it turned out. And if you look closely, I actually used 2 different shades of these clay beads. But I have put out ahead of time these 5 colors. I would like to make 5 more bracelets and using these particular colors. I think I want to start with, okay, let's think about this. So I'm going to do the elephant. I used a secondary bead. These might be rondelle beads, I'm not sure. I put out some pink ones, blue, like a periwinkle blue, and red bicone beads. And I did these. These are kind of cool. You know, I want to do something less colorful, which is completely not like me, which is why I want to do it. I want to see how it would look if we did these round black beads with the gold. I don't know what you want to call that, but the gold in there. The elephant, and then we'll use a spacer bead. I have my silver spacers in this container. These are 4 separate containers that you can take out, and I got this from Walmart. So all the silver ones are in here. I really like how this turned out, this spacer, but these are larger than the white rondelles, so we'll see what looks the best. But actually now I'm wondering if I should do gold spacers, because that's gold right there. All right, we'll get the gold ones out instead. And I want to use I'm torn between, since we're doing the black beads, I'm torn between the gray, and then this is white with like black on it. Yeah, let's do gray. I don't have a bead spinner, friends, so I'm gonna have to put these clay heishi, whatever you call them, beads on the needle and the string manually. I would like to get a bead spinner. It's just out of stock online from Amazon, but I could use some beading needle recommendations. So this is like very flexible. It gets bent. So this is what I've been doing. I'll just show you what I'm doing, but this will, it's not even gonna work. I've been literally just kind of poking the needle in here. This is not working as well as it did the other night. I think it's because I have less beads in here. The more filled up, the better. But you get the idea. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on about 3.5 inches of these beads, and then I'll come back, show you what it looks like, and we'll add the fun beads. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I did about 3.5 inches of the gray clay beads, and now I want to pick out, the other reason why I need a beading needle recommendation is the elastic will fall out of this, and sometimes I don't know it, and then all my beads fall off. So now I want to pick out a gold spacer bead, but it has to look good with that large black bead. I don't have as many options. Oh, you know what I could use? I also have these, the rhinestone beads. Let's try one of those. They look like this. Let's see how that looks against the black circular bead, round bead, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that might look really nice. What do we think? I think that's gonna look really good. And if you look closely, I did like these really small round beads on top and bottom of the elephant, just to kind of fill in some space. I do have some silver, or excuse me, gold ones, because there's space right beneath the belly of the elephant, and I just wanted it to look more flush, for the belly to look more flush against a bead. Oh crap. Oh, the bead slipped right over my knot. I hate when that happens, but here's what it looks like. You see what I mean? That space right below the belly. That's why I added that small filler bead. These beads need to go back on. All right. I hate when that happens because the hole in the clay beads is really large. You know what? I'll just do that later. Let's finish up this center focal part of the bracelet so I can show you. I just really love this design. It's so simple, but it's so pretty. I mean, who would have thought just simple clay beads, and then you add a few extra, more decorative beads in the center. Let's see. Is it gonna, there we go. See how that looks? I think that looks really pretty. And for somebody who loves color like me, that is gorgeous. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I can't wait for it to be done, and then I'll show you. And I actually made more of these elephant bracelets. I just showed you the one. But I had so much fun making them a couple nights ago. And I started thinking about more colors, and I'm always choosing very colorful colors. I'm like, you know what would happen if I went out of my comfort zone and went with black, gray, and white? And I think this is looking stunning, if I do say so myself. There's some more added, some more of the gray. All right, what do we think? I think it looks really pretty. Now I'm going to tie it up. I like to use these tweezers to grab one of the tails to go through the loop. I'll just pull on that. That's really pretty. Is it focusing at all? I think that turned out really nice. So now let me show you the rest of the colors. I'm really liking this one. I think that turned out gorgeous. And more. Okay, so my favorites are definitely the one I just made and this one, coral, or it looks like orange sherbet. Then I did green, Barbie pink, blue, periwinkle, and lavender purple. So as you can see, I experimented with different beads. So we always had the elephant. I used some different spacers, but like I did clear beads here. So let me put these all together. These are all the colors I have so far. So you'll have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, but definitely these two are my absolute favorite. And they're so different color-wise. Orange sherbet and the gray and black. I can't give you an act. Oh, there we go. If I hold my wrist like that. Really pretty. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. So I started a new crochet project I want to show you, friends. It's a tote bag. This is what I have so far. And I'm using the Karen Jumbo Ombre in the color Seashell. I don't know if they still make this. I've had this for quite a while. I just wanted to show you what I'm using, but I'll link the video tutorial to this tote bag. I have a couple things to say about it in case you're interested in making it. So I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not pretty sure, there is a mistake in the video tutorial. The instructor gives the pattern in font on the screen. There's no talking, so she just plays background music, which I actually really enjoyed. And as I went through the video, I wrote down her instructions in my notebook, but there was a key instruction she left out. So when she tells you, I mean, you can see the pattern is pretty repetitive. When you get to the body of the bag, so not the base, but the body, she says to skip 1, double crochet 7, skip 1, double crochet 7. She says that it's actually in the font. Remember, there's no audio. What she left out in the font was you double crochet 7, chain 1, and skip 1. It's the chain 1 that she did not put in the font. And I got a little bit into this and I'm looking at it, I'm like, why is this not looking like hers? Because in order to get this hole right here, for lack of a better word, you need to also chain the 1, not just skip a stitch and then go right into your double crochet. So I just want to warn you about that. Also, because I'm using acrylic yarn, I decided to frog this the first time I made it. Let me show you how far I got. So I got about from here down, and I decided to frog it because I'm using acrylic yarn. And as we know, acrylic yarn is very stretchy, especially if you're using acrylic for a tote bag. So I frogged it and decided to go down an entire hook size. In the pattern, she's using a 5mm. I am using a 4 for this, and I am actually very happy with it. So just consider that if you use acrylic yarn, because I do have a crocheted bag that is made out of acrylic, and because it's so stretchy, like I'm afraid to put heavy things in there. Like I don't put my tablet in there because it's just too heavy. And you can see like this already has a lot of stretch. And you see this row right here. So going down a hook size is helping with that. Or you might consider using a cotton yarn or a cotton blend. I'm pretty sure in the video, she's using acrylic yarn. I think it's like a UK brand because I had to look it up, and it is 100% acrylic. So just keep that in mind. Actually, she has other bags on her YouTube channel. I feel like that's her specialty, so I will use more of her patterns, but I just wanted to warn you when you go into this. I'm trying to save you some headache here. So what else did I want? I guess that was it. I'm hoping, what I would really like to do is line this bag, but I've never done that before. So I would have to watch a couple of YouTube videos to have a good idea of how to go about it. But I also don't know how to sew. I don't know how to use a sewing machine. I think I could hand sew if it's if the instructions are really good. But I would have to keep in mind that whatever fabric I were to choose for this, because of the perforations, actually this bag, that's in the title for this bag, perforated something tote bag, you're gonna see the fabric. So to be determined. I'll keep you updated on this. But I just wanted to let you know that I have been crocheting, and because I have not been crocheting in so long, my left hand was hurting so bad the day before yesterday because I had been crocheting for hours. Like right here hurt so bad. I actually asked my husband to just massage my hand. And he thought that was so funny because he was massaging it, and I was like, oh, you know, just keep going. So that's how you know I haven't been crocheting in a while. But I'm happy to be back at it. I'm really excited about this, so I'll keep you posted. I have been wanting to recommend a couple of things to friends. So, as you probably know, crochet is not the only thing I do. Working with beads is not the only thing I do. I really enjoy beauty products, makeup. My dog just came in. And she just left the door all open. She's right here. Yes, I know. I wanted to share this thing right here. This is a fan you can put around your neck like this and turn it on. Actually, let me close the door. My husband works from home and he's on a work call right now, so I really didn't want to leave the door open and disturb him. So this is a neck fan I got from Amazon. It's USB chargeable. Can you hear it? And the air is coming out of here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going through perimenopause. I'm turning 40 in November. And before perimenopause, I was already a very warm girl. Like I've always been that way, even since I was a teenager. But now it's kind of exacerbated if I am in fact going through perimenopause. But the reason why I think I might be is I started having night sweats several months ago, and that's not normal for me. And I even have the air conditioner turned to 64 degrees at night. You know, I make it an ice box and I'll still have night sweats. So the neck fan is so nice. I'm leaving it on right now. there's no air conditioning in this room, and I do my makeup in this room. This is nice because it's hands-free. I will sometimes put it on when I'm doing my makeup, although earlier today when I did my makeup, I just had to put a tabletop fan on because I was just so warm. When I blow dried my hair this afternoon, I had to put a tabletop fan on the back of the toilet while I, was doing my hair, because I just get so hot. Also, if you don't have one of these, if you're a warm girl like me, this is really nice. This is also USB chargeable. Keep one in my purse, keep one in the bathroom, my makeup table, which is right here. So those are the fan things I've been using. I know it's completely random, but if I think of something I think might help somebody else, I'd like to recommend it. This, I'm going to share my crochet if I'm doing a knitting project, beads and whatever, but I'm one of those people where I like to know from others if there's a product that's, really helping them out with something. So those aside, something completely different. I just got some press-on nails. Here's the brand. Nail Reformation. So I got this brand at TJ Maxx. Actually, I've been hearing good things about this brand. They have a website, but the sets cost $18 if you order directly from their website. You can find these at TJ Maxx, and at my TJ Maxx they were $13. And I've been watching some video, mostly shorts, regarding the best way to apply press-ons, because it's come a long way since I was a teenager. And I'm really excited to try these. So I can't recommend these to you, but I'll keep you posted. I've been really wanting to get my nails done, and I just cannot justify spending $60+ to do that. And I feel like I have a hair on my face. That's not even counting having to return to the nail technician and have them filled in, or whatever is the technical term, once your cuticles or your nail starts growing out. So I'm going to try this, and I'm really excited. I wish I could do it tonight, but my husband and I have somewhere to be, so I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm hoping to do it this week, and I'll keep you updated. So basically what I have watched is the nail glue doesn't matter, the brand. What matters is how you prepare your natural nail to get it prepped for the adhesion of the fake nail. So I'm very curious. I'm excited to do it. Like, I kind of want to make it a thing, like a relaxing nail session. Put on a YouTube video. So nails, fans, that's what I got for you right now. If you have any tips for a warm girl going through perimenopause, let me know. I'm going to exit this room because, as I said, there is no air conditioning in here, which, as you know, this is also my studio, and I do my makeup at this desk. But oh, this fan is nice. Like, it's just enough. There's 3 settings for the fan. I have it on the second one right now. It's just enough to keep my face from starting to sweat, because that's where I start. I start right there. And we'll be out in public, and my husband knows the drill. He knows if he starts to see it, he informs me. And if I'm carrying a baby in my arms, he knows to get the napkin or the tissue and blot my face for me, because sometimes I'm around the kids. Not my kids, we don't have kids. And if I'm carrying babies, I get hot. So he knows the drill. Good times. Yeah, so I'm really ready for fall. But I'll check in with you later. Toodles.